present my new pedal board. It's some people say it's huge. I would say it's simple but looks complicated. It has a lot of features and well, I've learned that if I want to have a setup, I need to have a consistent setup that does all the things I need, both when playing alone and when playing with other people. So in the beginning I had just a setup and then a looper beside it, and I like to have scenes or presets, but I also like to be able to adjust them fast accordingly to the things I'm playing. So just to walk around what I have here, it's actually the first guitar setup I've ever made without any 9 voltage pedals, anything. All the audio is going into the FM9 and directly out of the FM9 to my speakers. The other audio parts are going from the FM9 into the Mac Mini over here. This is a Mac Mini M4. It's small enough to be on a board and it's really powerful. So I've ended up using it for accessories, what I needed. A looper, my scene manager and my looper software is running here from that one. Beside that it's built so when I boot it, it just works. Regarding the pedals, I also wanted a simple setup. Might not look like that, but I have the FM9, which is my main guitar amp audio thing. On the pedals of the FM9, I have all my effects on and off things. I can also, as a backup, go to scenes and select those, but basically it's there. And then I got my scenes over on this one. So I've seen. And this one is, by the way, listen to these buttons. They're really great, not when you buy it, but I put in some silicone grease in them, so they are quite smooth now. And then it's a great little pedal. As you can see, this is for controlling the sounds, and this one is for controlling the looper. So I have track selection here. I have track 1 on off, track 2, etc. So this way, if I'm playing with the band, I just use this and not use this, but it's still the same setup. I don't have to remember, when I play the band, it has to be that way, and when I play alone, it has to be that way. This way, it's always the same. And then I got this sexy line controller, which is a wireless controller that controls my scene system together with this one. So let's say I'm on my clean channel and I want to turn up the volume. I can do it from here or here, and then as you see now I've turned it up quite a bit, but next time I select something, it's back to normal. So I have a reference level on all my presets and I can adjust it accordingly. That's really nice, because if you have a boost pedal, then you only can turn it up. It's really nice just to have a volume on your guitar. And then this here becomes more of a tone knob than the actual volume, and then I have a master volume after the distortion, etc. As you can see on the guitar, I got 2 cables to 2 inputs of the FM9. The idea is that I have my normal guitar untouched using just regular guitar setup. But in parallel, I got this sub bass, which takes the 2 lowest strings, and I can just show you. Takes the 2 low strings, and then you can do like this. So I got the guitar. If I turn down that one, I got the bass alone, and I have that on the preset here. If I play in a band, I'll just load another routing and it becomes just a clean sound without the bass. Regarding the Midi Captain, I've tried lots of different controllers. The issue is always you want to have enough buttons, but you also want it to be compact. And I think this one has the right balance. I'm not using all its features, I'm just using it as a plain USB controller. into the Mac Mini. Also like that it's USB, so it's powered without having both a power and a MIDI cable, etc. So if we go through the guitar sounds, I have my clean. And I can always just turn off the delay, for instance. And then I have a crunch sound, which is my... Whereas I can turn down this one. And then... Look. So I got a little... It's a little more middle tone, but it's still crunchy if I turn it up. Then I got a huge... No, this is a power rhythm, sorry. That's very middle tone because, yeah, I could make a large one, but often it's better just to have a... if it should fit in the band, depending on style, etc. Then I got my solo lead sound. Then I got an 80s sound, which is pretty 80s. I always end up using it somewhere, especially on this pickup here. You got. It's a cool sound. Then I got my huge ambient sound that I use for laying stuff. This is with the bass because I'm using it with the looper. That's a nice one. I tend not to overuse it, but it can really add something when you want that spacey sound. I got an acoustic, which it's not acoustic, but it's a... It should be called piezo because it's a piezo sound, but it's nice to have in cases. And then I have, for looping, my percussion thing. The thing is that when you have this bass, you can actually have a bass, and then you have, so I can, this way I can really fast do a drum and then do a guitar with bass and everything. The bass signal path is just this pickup directly into the FM9 input 2, goes to an amp sim and then an octaver. And I think the octaver on the FM9 is great. I have a bus that can do stuff like only take the deepest note and octave that, but I think this one sounds more authentic. I stayed away from it for some time because I wanted to have a simpler preset setup, because if you use 2 amps, 2 sims, a pitch, then suddenly you also want a pitch on the guitar and you get locked into using too much DSP for one thing and not the other. So I think I found the balance right now. Regarding the software running here, I have an audio looper controlled from this one. The audio comes from the FM9 via USB into the Mac, and the output goes back into the FM9. But there's no direct audio from the FM9 through the Mac and back again. It's only the recorded stuff. Good thing about the Mac Mini is I can run it with really low latency, but I still have no latency added on my direct sounds, which I really love. And then this controller, as I mentioned, it's a scene controller. There's some cool stuff about it. I'll just turn down this a lot. Let's just turn it down to like that. Then when I press the next scene, you will see that it fades to the volume instead of just jumping. I can do that with effects too, so I have a setup where I can turn on and off the delay mix, but instead of it's on and off, it fades in and fades out. You can really do some cool stuff on the effects by using the mix instead of using the bypass on off. So this is to keep an overview of everything without getting lost in all kind of stuff. I'm working on this one. This one is ready for download, and you can buy a license if you want. This one I'm working on it because I still have a couple of things. So this is a beta version I'm running right now. So this is basically my setup, and as you can see, it's only effects on and off. Every guitarist has that. A couple of scenes and a looper controller, but it looks like a star killer.